When we hear the words bead mosaic, we think of one name, Sabrina Frey, and we carry several of her kits and supplies here at Fire Mountain Gems and Beads. I'm Elaine. I'm a jewelry designer here at Fire Mountain Gems, and today we're going to go over all the aspects of bead mosaic and where it can take you. Anything from starting with her simple kits to using her supplies to create your own artwork. And we're going to discuss with Sabrina on what processes she uses to create her own masterpieces.
Get our email newsletter for beading news, sale announcements, new product announcements, and more. Link is in the description below.
When I was first introduced to one of Sabrina's kits, I chose the simple kit of flowers. It was fun, it was therapeutic, it was easy. But the jewelry designer in me goes, where can I take this? And I want to create my own art piece for my kitchen. And anybody that knows me knows that I love combining food with art. So I created a breakfast platter, and I'm going to show you how I did that. So I took one of her boards, and I did a light sketch with pencil. And I did that by cutting out these templates out of cardstock. And the reason why I did that is because I want to be able to place them on my plate to move them around to where I want my food pieces to be. And for the plate, I just basically traced a paper bowl. So after I did my sketch, I took her art edge pieces and I just outlined my sketch. Now the fun part comes when selecting the seed beads. What colors am I going to choose for the butter and the yolk and the bacon? What color am I going to choose for the background? You can use any type of beads and just have fun with it. So here's what I did, and voila, I created my own breakfast art piece for my kitchen. Now, let's welcome Sabrina.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having me. So you guys have all done my kits now,
We have.
and I hope you had a lot of fun.
I had so much fun. We were just talking about it.
Good. So are you ready to break out and do some?
Oh, my mind's blown. After doing my first with your supplies, I'm ready to go.
Wonderful. Well, you have all my supplies here,
Yeah.
and I hope that they inspire you to get creative and do your own thing. And so some of the things that you can do with them and being creative, we've got the pre-cut art edge, which is so fun because you can just peel it and stick it and it's there to go. But what you might not realize is that when you are using it, like the white, you can actually color this.
Really?
Whatever color you want.
That makes sense, but I would have never thought of that.
Yeah, so this one and actually the white glitter, you can do it with the glitter product as well. So we have the plain white and then the white glitter, which in itself looks like beads. When you put it down like in this piece that you created, you almost can't tell that they're not beads.
Yes, and yeah, they blend in so well.
So wonderful.
Yeah.
So with the white, you can take a Sharpie,
Okay.
run it over the top, and it will change the color to whatever color. And you know how they have all these billions of colors of those out there. So be careful what type of marker you use, but Sharpies work really well.
Sharpies, okay.
And so you can color these, which gives you so much flexibility and lets you go faster with your projects.
Oh, Sabrina, my mind's going now.
We're gonna have to rein you in.
Yes.
So, and the fact that they are pre-cut, they're exactly the right size, so you don't have to worry about measuring them or doing anything like that.
Nice.
And then the black gives you that stained glass look if you like to do stained glass, but you don't want to cut glass anymore.
Right.
Things like that. The beads work really well for that, and the black works really great for
And
that.
that acts almost like the leading in stained glass.
Absolutely. And that was my original intention when I started doing this, was to imitate stained glass because I didn't have the space. I didn't have the money to do glass. And, you have to have a place to cut it.
Right.
I would worry about.
Right.
And so I started using beads instead. And I was trying to mimic that look.
Well, I love it because, obviously most beads are glass, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And this is the most safest way. I tell you, when I did stained glass, I was so nicking my fingers, and this is so safer and calmer and
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And then we also have the thicker art edge, which is a wider version. And the great thing about this is it comes in black and white, but this is used for your edging. So one of the challenges that all mosaic artists have is how do you finish the edges so that you can frame it?
Right.
Most mosaics, you're grouting it, and you always have that challenge with how do I protect the edge of my piece. With this, you're going to be able to protect that. Whether you're using beads or regular mosaics, you can use it for both. And it gives you that nice 1/4 inch edge that a standard frame is going to cover. So that's going to protect your piece, give it a really nice clean edge, and help you as an artist to be able to contain everything. So it
And being that that's white, can it be colored just like the other ones?
can.
So if I have a wood round wood grain frame, I can tint that. To
You could, but this is going to be covered, so you don't even really need to.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Now, the black is the most popular color for that because it does just disappear into the frame.
Okay.
But yes, if you wanted to color this, you absolutely could. One of the big differences with the skinnier ones is that skinnier ones are very bendy. So when you're working on a project, similar to this, I used the art edge in here, and so it bends very easily with the really skinny strips. Now, this is the outside edge that I was talking about. That's your wider edge, your finishing edge. That doesn't bend very well. So the skinnier you get, the more flexibility you have. And so this is a project where I was able to combine a couple of different techniques. This is on the outside, so it's ready for framing. This is the black glitter on the inside, which when you first look at it, it looks like beads.
It does.
And then I used like bugle beads and seed beads on hanks and crystals and different elements in here to bring it off.
This is so beautiful, and this reminds me of all the artwork that I see on your website and stuff. And this is what my next challenge for me to do is something that's freeform like this without, using a lot of the art edge. And maybe you could tell us a little bit more how to stay in your design without using the art.
Oh, absolutely. So we have the backer boards. You guys carry them, and they come in different sizes from 6x6 up to 11x14. So depending on how brave you want to be. And it's very easy to draw on the boards. You can do if pencil. I don't recommend doing marker on there, but pencil, you can draw the design. Use trace paper or carbon paper works really well with that.
And that's what I did with this art design. It was so easy to do, sketch it out really
Yeah, and the nice thing with the backer boards is they are specifically designed for us. They have a laminated finish, but it's a matte finish.
Okay.
So it's not your glossy finish. And so they're ready for you to be able to stick things to them. They're going to be durable, and they're not going to absorb the moisture from the glues and different things that you use. So they are great for any kind of mixed media or mosaic project. You're going to be able to use those.
Will you talk about the Sabrina Frey supplies that we offer here at Fire Mountain?
Absolutely. So the one of the supplies is the art edge in rolls, and these are going to be for your outside edging of your pieces so that you can frame them, and it comes in black or white. Okay. And then we have the backer boards, which come in various sizes from 6x6 to an 8x10.
Okay.
And these are 3-packs and 10-packs.
Okay.
And these are laminated for you. It's a matte finish, and they're white, so they're ready for you to add paint or add beads to them.
Okay.
And then we also have the art edge in flat sheets. Okay. These are not pre-cut, but the great thing about this is that you can cut them to whatever shape you want.
Nice.
Do whatever you want with those. And then we have the art edge in plain strips that are pre-cut, so you can see that these are perforated really tiny.
Oh, nice.
In plain black and plain white. But then we also have the glitter ones. So the glitter ones are still cut just like the other ones. They're going to be the really tiny strips, but they give you have more colors to choose from, and this is just going to give you the variety that you need, but the same functionality as the other one.
Okay.
And then you guys also carry my skinny glue. So it comes in the kits in a small bottle that's refillable. And then we have the 32 ounce and also the 16 ounce refills.
Okay.
And so you're going to keep your sustainability. You're going to refill your container that you use on a regular basis, and then just keep refilling them and buying more glue as you need it.
Thank you, Sabrina, for going over all of the supplies that we carry here at Fire Mountain. So the jewelry designer in me wants to ask you a question.
Okay. What is it?
So, of course, we went over the design that I made, using your supplies. After seeing your peacock picture, tell me how I can really jazz this up and change it up.
Okay. Well, there are several things you can do. You could use different colored art edge for certain things. Like around the eggs, you could use the gold art edge. Around the plate, you could use the silver. You could also take the sheets of uncut art edge that I talked about, cut them into shapes, maybe the shape of the yoke, so you could raise that up and make it a 3D, add a 3D effect to
That's what you're talking about with 3D.
Yes.
Okay.
You can.
Yeah.
It's the great thing about the art edge is it's the same thickness as a size 11 bead. So it's going to raise it just enough where it's not like sticking out unnaturally. So that's going to add some dimension to it.
Nice.
You did a great job of adding some texture using these twisted bugle beads on the background. So you could do that on the inside, like with the butter. Maybe you put the beads in rows.
Oh,
You know,
Yes,
use like
okay.
so
Yes.
a beading needle to string them and put them in rows.
Nice.
That's going to add some texture and some different elements to it. You could also add some crystals and replace some of the things. Maybe the yoke should glisten more, so you put some crystals in there instead. Yeah, there are so many little things that you can do to just kind of personalize it or add extra depth. You could also use paint behind it. So in certain areas, like if you wanted to create a shadow behind your bacon, you could do a little bit of dark paint underneath the beads before you put them down. And then when you put them down, it's going to come through if you use a transparent bead. That's going to give it a shadow effect that is, you know, going to add depth and something to your piece.
It really brings like a one-dimensional piece into like 2 to 3D.
Absolutely.
Okay, I love this, and now I know I want to do another one.
I love the breakfast. Yeah, I'm loving the food element. I usually do nature, and I'm like, I don't know, those dinner plates sound kind of wonderful. You can also like incorporate sequins into it. You could put just a big gem cabochon right there.
That's exactly what I'm looking at.
And you know, I love going through my stash and finding what didn't work for something else or what I have left over, and then saying, okay, how can I incorporate it?
Right.
And then it usually throws a wonderful element of surprise in there that I didn't expect, and it makes it wonderful.
Oh, Sabrina, I have a craft room full of materials.
Well, now you know what you can do with it. Exactly. And then you can buy more beads when you use them. That's half the fun.
That's true. That's true. I'm going to take your suggestions you just did, and I'm going to do it, and we're going to put it in this video.
I can't wait to see it.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're so welcome. Thanks for having me. I love coming out here.
Yeah, we love having you. We love having your line of products. It may be dangerous for me, but
it feeds the addiction. I'm sorry.
It does. Thank you. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to sign up for our newsletter.